So hey beautiful people, it's your mentor Gbpusd here, and welcome to Market Breakdown Monday, where yourself and I are gonna be having a market breakdown session. Kindly make sure that you hit that subscription button, and you hit that notification bell so that every single time I drop, you can be notified. And guys, please make sure that you join the free group, because some of the analysis that have been dropped in the free group, and I'll also be starting to drop free signal on the free group. So make sure that you go to the description below, you hit that free Telegram group, you join, and you come win with us. Other than that, let's get into it.
So hey, beautiful people. So the first one that we are going to be analyzing, which is the first pair, is going to be Gbpusd. So firstly, like I said, I always advise most traders to start doing the analysis from a bigger time frame, right? So what is it that we can see within the markets on Gbpusd? Is that Gbpusd has been bullish, right? As you guys know by now that we managed to catch this buy on Gbpusd in passing price to the upside, right? So now, since we managed to catch this buy, I then decided that, okay, you know what, let's just go see if we cannot catch any form of any buying opportunities within the markets that can keep impulsing price to the upside, right? So this was our take profit. Yeah. So this take profit now becomes what? Becomes a week low. A week high, right? This take profit here becomes what? Becomes a week high, meaning that now, since all this high here has been eliminated, this low here then becomes what? It then becomes a strong low, right? So generally, what is it that we can see so far? We all can see that, okay, now this is our area of interest now. So this means that, okay, this is the area that we want to see price retrace back to, making this low here making this low here our temporary low, right? But then before we focus more on the bigger scale, right? Because this analysis is made from a bigger perspective, right? What I want us to do is that I want us to interpret price on the premium section, right? So as you guys can see that, okay, this high here has been eliminated. So one of the key things that I've actually realized about price when it comes to the premium area, right, which means anything when price has eliminated this high here. So one thing I've seen is that, okay, price has a tendency of doing what? Continue to impulse to the upside, continue passing to the upside to create our consolidation here before it then what? Before it pushes to the downside, as you guys can see something like this within this area here. So I would always sometimes actually advise most of you guys that you can then look for buying opportunities within the market at this area here before you push to them, before you see price pushing to the downside. So at the moment, what everyone is currently looking forward to within the market is a continuation of Gbpusd buys, right? So if you move back to your maybe 4-hour time frame, right? Let's say you come back to your 4-hour time frame. So there's something here that I would want you guys to look for, right? As you guys can see that, okay, what is it that we can see? Price impulse, right? Is an impulse correction. You have that big impulsive movement to the upside. Then you have a correction, impulse. Then you see a correction, which means you're looking for an impulsive movement to the upside. Then if you come to your hourly time frame, right? If you come to hourly time frame, you can see that, okay, price impulse to the upside beautifully so within this area here. And then we are more than welcome to do what? To look for a demand area here. So this one is what? It acts as a continuation towards the impulsive movement of price, right? This means that, okay, if price eliminates this low here, this means that we will then look forward to taking our buying opportunity within this area here. So for those of you guys that are interested in, that are actually not interested, that are trading your SMC and everything, you'll understand that once price takes a low on an uptrend, right, this means that, okay, we might anticipate a possible what? A possible change of character or a possible shift of market structure, depending on the type of structure that price has awarded us with, right? But then moving on, since we are on an hour time frame, let's go maybe to a 45 minutes to look for a possible demand area, right? Let's actually go to a 15 minutes. Because this movement here was caused by what? It was caused by fundamental, right? I think it was NFP or CPI, one of those two, right? So this means that, okay, now what we are going to be doing now is that we are going to be looking for buying opportunities within this area here, right? So let's just call this area here point of interest. Point of interest, right? So this area here will act as what? As our point of interest. What does this mean? This means that, okay, now this low that we currently have here is gonna act as what? As our temporary low, right? So for those of you guys that know by now that every single low that price created, it has to eliminate it out before it does what? Tap into our area and then push to the upside. So this technically means that all the lows that price have created, they act as what we call internal range liquidity. I've created a video, just go look for the video where I speak about liquidities. Then what I'm saying now here will then make a lot of sense. So now let's see how much are we gonna be risking if we take this entry point here, minimum of 10 pips. So this means that, okay, this will be our area of interest. We will be looking for these buying opportunities within this area here. Then we will then want to do what? We'll then want to take our profits where? At this area here, right? We'll then want to take our profits at this area here, at this high here, right? Like I said, to us, this is more of a B setup. Why? Because of we are looking for buying opportunities on the premium section of the market, which is quite risky, right? I wouldn't advise anyone to do this thing, but sometimes we do see price like continuing with its bullish movement before it then corrects to the downside to go tap into our overall demand area. But for now, this is what we are going to be having within the markets, right? We are going to be having this longs on GPUSD around this area here. I don't know why I keep taking this thing. Right, we're gonna be looking for this longs here. Our take profit would be what? Our take profit would be at that area there. So our trade all in all is gonna be what? 1:16. So my advice again to everyone is, if you have TradingView, make sure that you set your alert so that most of the time when you are done analyzing, or you don't want to use your limits, because sometimes price have a tendency of missing your limit due to spread. What I would advise you to do is make sure that you set your alert every time, and then once that alert gets triggered, you can go to your phone, execute manually, right? So this is what I currently have on Gbpusd. You saw the overall analysis and you saw this current analysis here. Like I said, if this area fails to hold here, we'll then be going to what? To the main area here. Right, we'll then be coming to this main area here, right? This is just a continuation of the impulsive movement to the upside. This is the overall structure, right? Then moving on to, not really a fan of Euro USD. Let's just go to US30 actually, or gold, right? So here we have gold. Let's come back to gold and go to an hourly time frame, right? So gold, same situation, right? For those of you guys that are trading price action, if you guys manage to see that there was a 3-touch on gold is currently pushing to the downside, right? I'm just gonna do a price action analysis here first, and then what is it that you can see? We can see that from this low here pushing up, gold actually just broke below that area here, right? Let's just come to this area here, right? Gold actually broke this area here. So as you guys can see that, okay, we had our internal resistance here, right? So this is what we had on gold, right? So this means that, okay, everyone is going to be looking forward to seeing gold push to the downside. If you have been trading for a while, price action, you'd know that, okay, there's also this area here. So which means you should have by now caught both these opportunities here, right? So this was supposed to be your first opportunity with that short. So again, this was supposed to be your first opportunity here, right? I'm gonna use your stop loss at that resistance level, and then this means that, okay, for your other opportunities, what we're gonna do, you're going to use this area here. You're going to use this area here as your form of entry point again, right? So this is from what? This is from a price action perspective, right? This is from a price action perspective, right? But now from my side, what is it that I'm looking forward to from gold? Let me just remove everything. What is it that I'm looking forward to? Actually, let's go back to a daily time frame, right, and analyze and see something. Okay, let's go back to 18-hour time frame and see something. Just want to take our fib from our low to our high. Just gonna try to understand something, right? That see this area here, it's 50% of the whole structure here, right? It's 50%, which means we normally see price react and reject within this area here, right? Even if you just focus on this, right? I want to show you something: a reaction, rejection, reaction, rejection here, reaction, reaction here, reaction here. So which means we're expecting something like this, and then a push to the downside, then an impulsive movement afterwards, right? This is what I'm seeing, right? Using my edge or my system, right? So what is it that I am currently looking for on gold? So my analysis is currently based on what? It's currently based on a 4-hour perspective, right? So this is the area that I've identified as my as my point of interest. So this means that, okay, I'll be looking for my buying opportunities on gold from this area here, right? Like I said, the same thing. If you look at the Gbpusd and this guy, they are more likely to be the same thing, right? And like I said, all of these things are B setups. How do you see B setups? You normally take your buying opportunities on the premium section of the market, right? But only if price is below, what do you call this thing? The equilibrium, entering the discounted. That's where price is mostly safe. You are more likely to do what? You are more likely to win most of your setups when you find price at the discounted phase of the market, because we are looking for those bullish movements to the upside, right? So this is what we currently have. Let's move to a 2-hour time frame, right? And then what is it that you can see? We are only looking for continuation on the 50%, right? This was our weak high, and then this acts as what? As our strong low. This is not a strong high, strong low, right? So this acts as our strong low. So this means that, okay, we'll then be looking for this bullish movement to the upside. But I have refined my entry point, and I'm currently using what? I'm currently using the 15 minutes entry point. I want to use this one, right? Because of the risk is low, and yeah, I prefer to enter most of my trades with a low risk, right? So this means that, okay, this will be where I'm going to be taking my buy. Some of you guys, you've already been triggered. Some of you guys, you have not yet been triggered, right? So now what is it that you can see? You can know that this will be the higher high that we want to see price eliminate. So this is the higher high that we want to see price eliminate. And then moving to a 3-hour time frame. Okay, let's just use 2-hour. Let's just stick to 2-hour. So this is what we are going to be having within the markets, right? So this is where we are going to be buying. So like I said, it's the whole area like this. Mine is just the smaller one, right? Gonna take your buying opportunity from here. Your stop loss just right at that area, and then your take profit is at this level here. So this means that, okay, this one is a 15-hour trade, right? This one is a 15-hour trade. So if you win this trade, she's gonna be making 15R. So it's not really complicated, this one. It's not really a complicated trade. But like I said, this is from what? Continuation, right? But if you view price from what you call this thing, from a long-term movement, you would know that, okay, you should be definitely be looking for buying opportunities within the markets where right at this area here, right? That's where we want to see price change its character from. We want to see price come pushing to the downside and giving us that impulsive movement. Why? Because of weak high, strong low. This high was eliminated. This low here became a strong low. This is our newly created higher high, right? So this means that now we are then more than welcome to do what? Be patient and wait for price come tap us in, or take this 50%, see price create that consolidation movement before it comes to the downside, and then we're gonna have that tap to the demand and impulsive movement to the upside, right? Like I said, sometimes the equilibrium phase of the market can be the one that is responsible for stopping price from impulsing to correct to the downside. It can just tap into the 50% and then continue impulsing to the upside. Then it will later come down to do what? It will later come down and respect that demand that it left below, right? Because price cannot move without respecting that untested demand. Moving on to US30, which is the last one that we are going to be focusing on. US30, same situation. If you look at all of these guys, they are giving us the same vibe, right? US30, by now we know that, again, this is the demand that we are going to be looking for, right? This is the demand that we are going to be looking for. Seeing price actually respect, making this low here our temporary low, right? Or our inducement. So what does this mean? This means that, okay, now what we're expecting within the market to see US30 push to the downside, tap us in, push into the upside to go and eliminate that high. Why? Because of we have what? We have our weak high and strong low, right? Weak high, strong low, higher high, right? Which means we have something like this. So which means we're looking forward to seeing price push to the downside, tap us in, having that beautiful impulse to the upside to go and eliminate that high. That's what the overall perspective. But if you check from a smaller time frame, you will then see that, okay, if you're looking for continuation, right? If you're looking for continuation, you'd know that, okay, this is the area of interest. That's the area that we want to use as what? As our demand area to continue with price to impulse to to the upside, leaving this low here to become what? Our inducement, right? This low will then become what? Will then become our inducement, meaning that we'll then be looking for this buying opportunity to continue with price, create a new higher high in a way. But if, listen to me, if price doesn't respect this area, this typically means that, okay, we won't then be looking for any buying opportunity. We'll wait for price to go straight to the downside, to go tap into that demand area from a bigger perspective, right? And then, like I said, this will be our higher high. So this means that, okay, we'll then be looking for long positions here, stop loss just right here, and then our take profit at that high. So if you maybe come to a 3-hour time frame, you'll then find yourself with something like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my current analysis for those pairs. There are a lot of pairs actually that I've analyzed. If you want to see some of the pairs that I've analyzed, make sure that you join the free group. That's where I have dropped most of the analysis, right? And then wishing you guys nothing but a profitable week. And yeah, thank you and goodbye.